The myths of old tell us that the sea is the abyss, a place of chaos, and also the source of all life. There's a people that sought to reclaim the land from the sea. They are called the Dutch. They created dikes and forged new land from which they could work. Those people created the Netherlands, or the lowlands, as it was under the level of the sea. The Dutch continue to fight for their existence, holding the water back from complete annihilation of their country. In the village of Dalebout there were 3 Dutch fishermen in the North Sea. These were cruel men who only desired cheap and easy success. One day, when they were out fishing, they felt a heavy tug on their fishing nets. They pulled up the nets and found that they had caught a mermaid. But the merman, husband of the mermaid, found that this had happened to his wife. So he went to the men and said, "Give me back my wife, or I will flood your village, and the church tower will only remain." But the men refused and fled the city. The merman was angry and sent a flood to Dalebout. The sea baptized the village with destruction. All that was left was the tower of the church. The tower is still standing today, and it is the tallest in all of the islands of Zealand.
That is nice, and then we cross to the southern pole that way. Okay. Well, this is the Tower Bridge of Koudekerk. Koudekerk was a village that was also lost. This dike is from 1581. And the church was taken away. This was a tower bridge, a church tower. Is the point and so on. The Spaniards, so the enemy took the clock away and so on, and the church was broken away in 1583, 2 years later. And the dike went straight through the village here. And there was land here, and land, and more dikes, but every time you had to move away.
Thank you. Oh, wow. That's cool. Wim has license plates from all over the world, from all the places he's traveled to, because loves traveling. So do you know where Dalebouts came from originally? I mean, before 1600?
I have my story, but we were discussing about the word Dalebout, and you can write it is. I think it is here from the west front of this island. I'm sure, because Westerschouwen was called Daleboutseinde ter Nieuwe Sluizen. A Daleboutseinde with a T. When you make a T of the D, dan krijg je Dalebout. And what means that? Yeah, the word bout, B-O-U, is my theory, hoor. So Dalebout can be Dalebout, but the T can be a P even. So then you get poles of Paul, when the entrance of a harbor, and Westerschouwen was a harbor, for protection to come easy in the harbor, they put a line of a row of heavy poles on the north side of the entrance of the sea, and that is, then you get palen bout of paal and boot. And a bout of a boot. Boot is fire to make a fire to show the ships where they are. So before the lighthouses, you know. That was a boot, a vuurboot, fire boot they call that. Boot. B-O-U-T is also pronounced as a bout. It is bout. The O-U is sometimes pronounced as a U in a dialect, but in the official Dutch language is au. Zoutelanden, there's a place near at the north of Flushing, because on the dune side, on the next island, is called Zoutelanden. But nobody on the island talks about Zoutelanden, they all say Zoetelanden, because it is our pronunciation in a dialect of the OU is an U. When in 83, 2 years later, and the dike went straight through the village.
Willem Lorenz was a Dutch man, a mere peasant. He had a son named Cornelis. Cornelis Willems, which means son of Willem, was poor, but he wanted to become an important man. So he chose the career of shepherd, and he dedicated himself to becoming the best. He found a few sheep. As he prospered with them, he made a decent living. He bought his own farm, and on the stone fence he created a monument. It had a shepherd defending his flock from the wolves. Below it said, De Trouwherder, which means the Good Shepherd. He took on the name of the lost village and became Cornelis Dalebout, or Dalebout. Dal means the valley, and bout means the point of the dike that protects the valley, the lowlands. Many good people lived around Cornelis' farm, and they found happiness in this world. And you, young Dalebout, have descended from this man. Learn his lesson well.
All right, we're finally going to go into the actual restaurant. Yeah, this was once Dalebout Farm, where all these houses are. They have family reunions here. You can actually rent these as a summer house. And even all the way across the road there, I don't know if you can see in the distance, way down there where that blue house is, kind of, blue house. That also was Dalebout land. This is the inside of the Dalebout barn here. It's been turned into a restaurant. It's called the Schuze and but this barn, probably great-great-grandpa Cornelius would have been here, most likely. So behind me you can see the Dalebout plaque says the Good Shepherd, De Trouwherder. These farming utensils were most likely used by Dalebouts at some point. That's a fake donkey and a fake cow, if you're wondering. But yeah, these are legitimate Dalebout items.